Hi, I'm David Dusek for Golfweek, and I'm here with my buddy Alex Webb, and we are in the world headquarters of Ping Golf. And Ping has just released a new line extension of the PLD milled putter family. Alex, tell me about the new PLD mills.
We've got the DS72, the Answer 2D, the Oslo 3, and the Alley Blue 4.
Cool, we're gonna go through a fitting now and find out which one might be best suited for my putting stroke. So this is basically the putter that Ping has been made famous for. This is a Ping Answer. This is as classic a heel toe weighted blade as you're pretty much gonna get. In this particular case, it's got a very dark finish, and the one white alignment line really stands out against that dark finish. If you're somebody who has played golf probably ever, you've probably putted with something like this, and this is where it all started right here. Okay, so now using the iPing technology, what did you just learn about my putting stroke?
So iPing measures those forces and torques that we're applying to the putter. The main thing that it points out is what kind of stroke type you fall into.
Okay.
As we see here, we see up here on the board, it recommends slight stroke. So kind of middle of the bell curve as far as the amount of rotation that you're applying from the start of the downswing to impact. And that's one of the key things that we typically fit is how much toe hang a putter has.
Okay.
And we're trying to match that up to the natural tendencies of your stroke.
Gotcha. And one of the things about putting strokes is everybody can sort of have a little bit of deviation, but it's the amount of consistency that you have in your putting stroke, how repeatable it is again and again. And if you can get a putter in your hands that will optimize out the stroke that you make most often, that's when you're going to get good results on the greens, right?
Correct.
Gotcha.
Correct. That's what iPing's fitting for. Gotcha. Consistency, those natural tendencies of the stroke. You're going to do this no matter what style of putter we give you. It's just if that putter is fitting those natural tendencies or not.
So based off of what you just learned, what types of putters and what types of hosel configurations, balances might be best suited for me?
Yeah, absolutely. So since you have about 5.2 degrees of rotation in your stroke falling into that slight category, giving you something with some toe hang is going to match up with those tendencies.
So a face balance putter, for example, would be bad for me. It'd be a bad match.
It could be,
okay.
Yes, assuming that you don't have a missed tendency one way or the other. But if we're solely basing it off of the data, something with some toe hang and answer style hosel would be a good option.
Gotcha. Okay, Alex, so based on the data that you just collected, what are some other putter options that might be good for me? Another
good option could be the Answer 2D, which is going to give us that classic Answer 2 shape, but a deeper version of it.
Cool, let's give it a shot.
All right.
Well, you can see right away that the putter that I'm holding now is related to the traditional Answer. I mean, it's got that classic look, but like you were saying, the distance from the hitting surface to the back flange, it's just bigger. It is confidence inspiring. I mean, you take a look and it looks like it's solid. And let's see how she rolls.
Good, really good.
What'd you see?
So, good stuff here. So we see going from standard Answer to Answer 2D, you're still falling into that slight category. You still have a decent amount of rotation from the start of the downswing to impact, but we see that consistency overall has improved.
Right.
And that's what we're focusing on. We have a similar putter. We've given you something a little bit larger, something a little bit heavier to inspire confidence, to match up potentially with the cadence of your tempo a little bit better, and consistency jump. So I'd like to try something with a little bit of less toe hang, just because I did see a little bit of a right tendency. So I'm going to try the Oslo 3.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
This has a little bit less toe hang to it.
So it shouldn't rotate as much open on the back?
Not necessarily, but yes. It should close a little bit faster. So for somebody that has a little bit
Which makes sense then.
Right,
Let's bring the face a little bit more square.
correct.
Mission accomplished. That was a bad stroke. So at this mallet, obviously I've got a lot more putter. There's a lot more real estate that I'm looking at. The alignment line is much bigger. You've got a larger club head. So it's very, very clear where this face is aimed, which just takes a little bit of getting used to, but I'll tell you what, it makes it so there's pretty much just point and shoot here when it comes to putting. And there we have it. Yep.
Good.
Well, it certainly felt like that was getting square contact. I had one bad stroke, but the other 4 were dead on. So it certainly seems like this one should be a candidate. Would you agree?
I would agree. So what we've done is we've introduced a little bit less toe hang. What that does is it potentially eliminates or can help with a little bit of a push tendency or a right tendency from time to time. You still fall into that slight category. This still falls into that slight category, but can help with a tendency one way or the other.
So based on we've had 3 putters, all of which are designed for the same type of player or the same type of putting stroke. What, if any, differences do you see from one putter to another? The standard Answer, the Answer 2D, and now the Oslo. What should I be looking for as far as the differences, and which one might I want to put in my bag?
So this is going to be your answer session here, and comparing Answer to Answer 2D, one of the main things I was looking at is going to be head weight. So the Answer head weight is 350 grams. The Answer 2D head weight is 365 grams. So if we take a look at tempo here, we see a little bit of inconsistency with the Answer because we have a slower stroke. Now, if I go back and we look at the Answer 2D, we see how this dispersion has tightened and our handicap has gotten better.
Okay. And those handicaps, just like in golf, the lower the number, the more consistent you are, and that's what you're trying to achieve. So all those, the impacts were good. An impact of a handicap of 4.1. Don't I wish that I was playing off of plus 4.1. As far as the putting stroke itself, length, lie angle, loft, all these things play into how a putter is going to perform. From a session like this, is there anything that I should be looking at in terms of the length, the lie angle, the loft of my putter that I want to be aware of?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. So on lie angle here, we see that our standard lie angle is going to be 20 degrees. Anything above 20, like 21.3, might suggest that we go a little bit flatter with the lie angle. So for me, from a fitting perspective, I would potentially take you flatter.
Okay.
We see on shaft lean here, you're zeroed out on shaft lean. So that just means that your shaft is
perpendicular to the ground, straight up and down.
So from a loft perspective, our standard loft is 3 degrees. That's where I would keep you.
Okay, great. Okay, so Alex, it looks like the winner for me would be the Ping Answer 2D. Once again, what were the things about this one specifically for me that you felt made it the winner?
The reason I like the Answer 2D, one, it falls into the slight category with the amount of toe hang that it has. So that matches up with your natural tendencies. You have a little bit of a slower tempo. This is a heavier head. That's going to match up a little bit better with the cadence of your stroke.
Cool, so going through a custom fitting, I have discovered the putter that matched the style of stroke that I naturally make and one that will sort of reward me the most on the greens. And the way to find a good putter for you is to go through a complete putter fitting, talk to a good custom fitter who's able to give you some metrics and find out which one is going to match your stroke and your swing the best.